Panama City Beach, an idyllic setting for the beginning of a new season of Ironman qualifiers. More than 2,000 athletes will compete in Ironman Florida for a multitude of reasons. Some to qualify for the Hawaiian Championship, some to post a personal best time, and others just to see if they can do it. In any case, all are here to be able to say, I'm an Ironman now.
How are you doing?
At 82, Norton Davies attempting to become the oldest Ironman finisher ever. Shortly after 5 a.m, Jamie Cleveland and girlfriend Andrea Fisher arrived to finalise their race preparations. Jamie is 28 years old from Victoria, Canada. Everyone thought this would be his breakthrough year, but bad luck in New Zealand and Canada has made 2000 a disappointing year.
This morning at 7 a.m. Water for your bike bottles.
Andrea from Austin was an All-American swimmer at the University of Texas. She and her partner Jamie have been working on a running technique. Olivier Bernhard from Switzerland, he's had a bad race at the World Championships in Hawaii, and he's come here now to make amends.
Fine fashion today.
And Peter Vabracek has run 5 Ironman events this year, winning Ironman South Africa and Asia. Can he make it 3 wins here? Jan Wanklin, representing Australia, has 5 Ironman victories and 9 top 3 finishes, all to her credit. While Melissa Spooner from Canada, she won the Ironman in Lake Placid in July. And between Melissa, Jan, and there is Juliana Nievergelt of the US. She came in 16th in Hawaii 3 weeks ago. Between them, we have 3 exciting veterans ready for today's race. You know, it's been said that the age groupers are the heart and soul of Ironman. Take 45-year-old Joe Burness, a highway contractor from Naples, Florida. Joe has competed in 25 Ironman distances. His goal today to qualify for Hawaii and establish a personal best. Hilary Ann Peterson, an emergency room doctor in Little Rock, Arkansas, has her own very special reasons for competing today. The air temperature this morning is in the 60s and the water temperature is 76. Age groupers will be allowed to wear wetsuits. The pros, though, well, they'll just have to tough it out. From the land of the flightless Kiwi comes Tara Lee Marshall. New Zealand has a long legacy of endurance athletes. So, as pros and age groupers alike acclimate to the water, we're only moments away from the start, and there's no time left for pre-race hopes, doubts or fears. The usual thoughts that occupy the minds of the competitors just before the start.
The athletes keep moving on down. You got to be on the other side of the Kellogg's banner.
Alex Rukasoyev, a native Russian now living in Florida, is also a very strong player in this professional field. In all, 2,139 athletes from around the world between the ages of 18 and 82 are lined up for the start as the sun appears over the Panama City Beach skyline. After months of anticipation, the competitors' 140.6-mile journey is about to begin. First, a 2.4-mile swim in the Gulf of Mexico, then a 112-mile bike ride through a coastal pine forest, then a full marathon 26.2 miles. A journey that will be completed in just over 8 hours for some and 17 for others. With flailing arms and kicking legs, the start can be a very daunting experience. Today, the waters of the Gulf of Mexico are calm, but the strong current pushing across the athletes will be a difficult obstacle to overcome. Wolfgang Dietrich of Germany, the senior citizen amongst the pros, takes the early lead. He's followed by Jamie Cleveland, 6 seconds back. And the lead woman is, as expected, Andrea Fischer. As the early morning sun reflects off the golden waters of the Gulf of Mexico, the competitors head to the first turn buoy, where they will make the turn, swim to shore, then swim a second lap to complete the 2.4 miles. The 2000 Isuzu Ironman Florida in Panama City Beach is brought to you by IronmanLive.com and IronmanStore.com. You've got the guts, we've got the gear.
Whether your goal is to be an Ironman or to just be fit, get your gear at IronmanStore.com. At IronmanStore.com, you'll find more than 200,000 training and racing products, all in one convenient place. If you've got a goal, we've got the gear. Log on to IronmanStore.com.
No way.
Yes way.
I got $1 if you can do it.
What can you get with $1?
You can get a 20-minute phone call.
No way.
Yes way.
How?
Dial 10 to 20. All calls of 20 minutes, only 99 cents.
20 minutes for 99 cents.
And only 7 cents a minute after that.
That's really cheap.
And no monthly fee.
I will take that $1.
I'd hate to be that guy.
Dial 1010-220.
Back to Panama City Beach in the 2000 Isuzu Ironman Florida. The leaders have rounded the turn buoy on the second lap and are now heading for the swim finish. Wolfgang Dietrich is in the lead still, and he's followed by Jamie Cleveland and Alek Rukasoyev. And down amongst the women, it's Andrea Fischer still in first place here. Olivia Bernard is also having a good swim among the men. As the back end of the first lap makes the turn to head out yet again, Wolfgang Dietrich comes out of the water in first place. He's followed 5 seconds later by Cleveland and Rukasoyev. As the lead men head for the swim-to-bike transition, the first woman, Andrea Fischer, exits the water. She checks her time and heads towards transition. And while Andrea is going into the tent, Wolfgang Dietrich departs on his bike. He's followed closely now by Alek Rukasoyev And behind him is Jamie Cleveland.
So we got 3 athletes out on that bike.
3 men are now out on the bike ride. Olivier exits the water 4 minutes 20 seconds behind them. And there's Torbjorn Simbal of Denmark. He departs the transition area. Women's leader, Andrea Fischer, is out of the tent and she's on her way too.
I'm a former collegiate swimmer and national team member, so I feel that my swim is my definite strength. And also knowing the course, being here before, I don't think there'll be any surprises to me. I know where all the little hidden dangers and surprises are that the other ones will probably feel, so I feel confident about it.
Also from California, good job, Rich.
Well, Juliana Neivergelt is calmly arriving and is off quickly.
Christopher Marshall is number 4.
Age grouper Joe Bones finishes the swim and is also on his way to the transition. Little bit of a problem for Melissa Spooner, though. She has to make up 5 minutes and 5 seconds on the leader. 38-year-old Wolfgang Dietrich, as last year, leads. And he leads Alex Rukasoyev, who was 5 seconds behind him after the swim. And behind Rukasoyev is Jamie Cleveland. Among the women, Andrea Fischer is looking very comfortable on the bike and actually is increasing her lead over the American girl, Juliana Neivergelt, who is in second place. And Jan Wanklin, who was out of the water 3 minutes 40 seconds behind Andrea Fischer. That was about 1.5 minutes better than Melissa Spooner. Both Alex Rukasoyev and Jamie Cleveland have now passed Wolfgang, and Jamie is looking to pass Alex for the lead as the competitors press on into the heat of the day.
My wife was always getting on my case about smoking. She said, it's bad for you. It makes the drapes smell. She even threatened to stop kissing me if I didn't quit. I said, it's my lungs and it's my life. But I was wrong. I didn't quit. I had no idea the life I'd lose wasn't mine. It was hers. 'Cause she was my life. My wife was my life.
Hey, how would you like to make some money? You can get high-tech training at Microcert. Just imagine. 3 months from now, you could be on your way to making more money than if you had a college degree. You'll be in high demand for a lot of great jobs, jobs that lead to real careers. Feel like you're going nowhere in life? Well, do something about it. Call Microcert today, 293-3131. Get started on that high-tech career. Call Microcert now, 293-3131. Don't wait. Call right now.
ESPN Classic. Find out why in golf, a birdie is good and a gopher is bad. Caddyshack, Chevy Chase, the ball. Rodney Dangerfield. Let's go while we're young. Ted Knight, Bill Murray, and the gopher star in a real classic. Caddyshack, tonight at 9 Eastern, only on ESPN Classic. To get real, call 1-800-CLASSIC today.
And this is Phil Liggett welcoming you back to the majestic shores of Panama City Beach in Florida. And among the women, they are being led by Andrea Fischer. She's setting a torrid pace on the bike. And that is posing a problem for Juliana Nievergelt, who's barely keeping her in her sights as they ride through the pine forest of Florida's Panhandle. Melissa Spooner, more than 5 minutes behind out of the swim, is trying to keep everything together as she stays in the chase. In the back of her mind, no doubt, is Hawaii 3 weeks ago.
I went into Hawaii as prepared as I've ever been for any race, and it was just one of those days. You know, I did get really banged up in the water. I drank a lot of Goshen. You know, I'm sure that caused my feeling sick. I threw up a lot in the water and on the bike. You know, the part of me says, yeah, everyone goes through that, but I guess, you know, it just affected me a little bit more, and I just couldn't do it. There was no strength. I just couldn't keep anything down, and it was pretty disappointing, to say the least.
Well, Melissa is bouncing back, and she looks fine today. Joe Bonnes is a great ambassador for Ironman these past 2 years. Joe has finished 5 of them, including Hawaii twice. And that very special reason for competing I mentioned earlier about Hillary Ann Peterson, a brain tumor is affecting her pituitary gland.
It produces too much of a certain chemical, which causes my body to have too much steroid hormone. And steroids, not the type that make you strong and muscular, the type that break down your muscles so they atrophy, that destroys your immune system, that causes your heart to lose its ability to pump well. In some ways has been described as increasing the aging process and speeding it up. So because this is always around floating in my body, when I train at a really high level, it gives my body kind of a way to use this hormone rather than just allow it to destroy me. I underwent my first brain surgery in September of 1997, and then that was unsuccessful. So I underwent a second one in September of '98, and again, that was unsuccessful. So I came down to the decision tree of I can see how I fare by continuing to race and train and see if that will allow me to stay relatively healthy, or I could progress and have radiation therapy. By training, I actually am to a degree fighting the disease, and it's kind of like I'm running away from it.
Hello, Irish! And the amazing Hillary Ann is truly having the ride of her life here. Alex Rukasoyev has been swapping the lead with Jamie Cleveland all morning. Now he appears to be happy just keeping Jamie in his sights. Jamie rides on as the temperatures inland of the beach begin to climb. Torbjorn Sindball of Denmark has been moving up steadily, and now he is in 3rd place. And there's Olivier Bernhard. He knows he's an excellent runner, and he's hoping now to stay close so his running ability can be demonstrated later.
Hi, Tim Twardzik, Mrs. T's Pierogies. You folks ever try a pierogi?
What's a pierogi?
Imagine your favorite foods, pasta, potatoes, and cheese, wrapped together in one perfect mouthful.
More!
Eat up, they're ready in minutes and low fat too. There's just one side effect. Mrs. T's Pierogies, we've got happy food down to a T.
So how are we getting home? Good question.
Hop on in, guys.
File this under never. When you need a ride, save big bucks and dial 1-800-CALLATT for collect calls.
I like this one and that one, Daddy.
You have to pay the man for the rabbits now. Can I write a check?
Have to see some ID.
Okay.
Love is in the air, everywhere now.
Have to call us in.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Daddy.
Have to see a second ID.
Okay.
This doesn't look like you. Date of birth. Have to call this in.
Next time, use the Visa check card instead of cash or checks. It'll get you in, out, and on with life.
Mother's maiden name. Seriously, man, what's your real name?
It's Trey Winger.
Trey Winger.
There are now 2,100 plus athletes on the road in the Isuzu Ironman Florida here in Panama City Beach. Joe Bonus is riding a solid race. He is between the lead men's group and the women's leaders.
I didn't get started in triathlons until I was 35 years old, and I didn't really get started training on them until I probably got close to 40 years old. And I've known quite a few individuals that haven't started until they were up in their upper 50s and 60s. I fit it all together with my work. I do get my biking done in the morning before I actually make it to work. I'll catch my run at lunchtime, and we swim after work. I also work it out with my jobs and that so that I can actually train at the job sites. I run between two of our quarries just for a little bit of trail running, and actually swim in the quarries too. It's a very healthy lifestyle, and it brings out the best in your health. And you might not live longer because of it, but you're going to enjoy life longer.
And there's certainly no doubt that Joe's dedication is the secret to success. As the sun climbs high in the sky, so too does the heat. The heat, though, doesn't seem to be bothering Jamie Cleveland as he pedals through the first half of the bike course. Alex Rukasoyev appears to be feeling the heat, though. If not from the sun, definitely from Torbjørn Sindbau. The 24-year-old Dane has caught up to the leaders just after the halfway mark. And now he moves out and literally flies by Alec and then Jamie as he takes over first place. He's gone by both the men he was chasing. So the men now have a new man to chase as he takes a clear lead. Among the women, Andrea Fisher has led since she ran into the Gulf of Mexico 3.5 hours ago. She knows she has to push hard on the bike, though, because this field is full of excellent runners. Still chasing Andrea is Juliana Nievergelt, looking very strong just 3 weeks after a 10 hours 20 in Kona. Pushing hard too, Melissa Spooner. She's made up time on Andrea, the leader. But there's trouble up front for the men. Torbjørn Sindbau has been stopped and a 3-minute penalty for blocking is being assessed. This will drop Torbjørn behind Jamie once more.
3, 2, 1, go.
Jamie Cleveland knows how fickle the racing gods can be. Last year, while leading over the likes of Thomas Hellriegel in New Zealand, Jamie flatted.
What do you need?
I'm flat.
Unfortunately, I had a flat. So I tried not to let that affect me. I got off my bike, got the flat changed, got back on, managed to catch back up with the lead group. And then, you know, someone wasn't liking me because I had a second flat. And I only had one spare. So at that point, I was looking at a 10-kilometer walk to one of the mechanical stations to get a spare. And at that point, it was just, well, time to call it a day. Yeah, I'm starting to figure this out. Things are going my way. And one of these days, when I don't have two flats, look out.
Here's something your car can actually use. The Fram X2 oil filter uses revolutionary triad fiber technology to trap up to 70% more dirt than any leading filter, giving you 7,000 miles of peak performance. It's just something you gotta have.
How much PC can you get for your money? More PC than we can tell you about in 30 seconds. A super-fast Intel Pentium 3 processor, CD-ROM, accelerated graphics, pro-quality audio system, monitor, plus 5 color choices, red, green, blue, purple, and orange. And that's just for starters. The compact Presario 5000T. Let us build one for you. Call us direct at 1-800-336-1366 for all this, plus a free printer or scanner for just $849 after rebate. Hey, do I have time to mention the...
Brett Ho, Oscar De La Hoya, Tiger Woods.
It's 3Play at ESPN.com. You log on, you register, and every day you get 3 new athletes. Then whoever gets the best stats wins some serious scotto.
Ken Griffey Jr., Alonso Jr., a fella in the 9th named Jr.
3Play at ESPN.com. It's free, it's sports. Give me the briefcase. It's money.
Presented by Gatorade.
Torbjorn Sindball from Denmark is setting a blistering pace, and he has regained the lead despite the penalty and is now pulling away. This is forcing Jamie Cleveland now to press on to stay with the leader. Certainly no slowing down at the feeding stations here. Olivier Bernhard, though, has taken over 3rd place, hoping not to fall too far behind the Flying Dane. Alek Rukasoyev is now back in 4th, but he's still holding on to Bernhard. Andrea Fischer, who is yet to make a mistake, is still riding like a machine and holding on to her lead. She's still ahead of Melissa Spooner, who is trying desperately now to get on terms with her. And riding behind Spooner, there's Juliana Nievergelt, who Melissa battled to the finish in the 2000 Ironman Lake Placid. And as the age groupers pedal on too, one of their heroes is moving well on the bike, 82-year-old Norton Davey.
No, I'm not an anomaly. Yes, anyone can do this if he or she started as I did 25 years ago. I didn't jump in the pool. I didn't get my first pair of running shoes and go out and run a marathon. It was 3 or 4 years from the time I first started running till I did my first 10K. And then I got into marathoning. And then in addition to that pure training for this sort of thing, you have to have the will and the drive, and that I can't, as I look at these people, say that I can't assess out of you, because I don't know what your physical makeup is, whether you have the goals or whether you have the drive to want to do what I do.
Quite an extraordinary man. Well, despite his earlier penalty, Torbjorn Sindball has pulled away now to a 7-minute lead, and he's headed to the bike-to-run transition in a very strong position. But for the penalty, Simbal would have been more than 10 minutes ahead at this point. Running at a steady canter, Simbal makes for the tent and a quick change before he heads out on the 26-mile run.
Help? Could you put some sunscreen on my back? Sunscreen?
Sunscreen's right outside.
Oh, right outside?
Yes,
You couldn't
sir.
get it in here? Can we get some?
So I don't have to stop.
Where is it? Where is it?
Sunscreen's outside. They'll hit him as soon as he goes out. Tell him to get ready.
And while Torbjorn worries about his sunscreen, Jamie Cleveland is second off the bike and chases Torbjorn through the transition. Simbal is away. Was that a winner's salute? There's still a long way to go.
Number 5 leaving the tent.
Cleveland is after him. No flats on the bike this time. Cleveland is, as he promised, in for the kill. Third to arrive is Olivier Bernhard. He's now into the transition. And he's hotly pursued by Alek Rukasoyev. So now the two are going to come together in the transition. He who changes quickest will go out in third place. And it looks as though it's going to be Rukasoyev. He passes Olivier in the tent. But he's now 15 minutes behind the leader.
Perfect host for your e-business applications? Someone who helps you stay cool, calm, and collected. Even when a few million guests decide to drop in. Someone from Generation D. Web hosting from WorldCom, Generation D.
Zesty! Zesty! Zesty times 2.
The only thing zestier than eating a crunchy Taco Bell taco is eating 2 crunchy Taco Bell tacos.
Zesty party of 2.
A tale of 2 zesties.
Uno, dos, zesty!
There's nothing like doubling up on America's #1 taco. And right now, you can do it for just 99 cents. 2 crunchy tacos for 99 cents. Get them at the Bell.
Hello, Zesty. Call waiting. Hello, Zesty!
Teeth are made out of, like, hard stuff? I don't know. I have 100 teeth. Dental floss.
Our children really need good dental care and education.
So Crest came to us and said, we can help.
Do you know how to take care of your teeth?
You could brush your teeth and solve circles.
That's what I want you to do.
I want to have a great smile when I grow up.
2 eager CEOs. One encouraged his employees to read the Wall Street Journal. The other did not. Let's join them for their 5-year anniversaries and see what happened. Imagine what the Journal could do for you. It's now easier to get the Journal to help you. Get 8 weeks of the Wall Street Journal for just 38 cents a day. That's 50% off the regular rate. Call 800-469-1600. That's 800-469-1600 for the Wall Street Journal.
I'm Phil Liggett back in Panama City Beach, and the leaders are now out onto the run section of the Ironman. And this is the arrival of age grouper Joe Bonis. He's now completed the bike and he's heading to the run transition. He's followed closely by women's leader Andrea Fisher with a stellar swim and an outstanding bike. She now has to hold it all together for just 26.2 miles more. Passing everyone except Andrea, Tara Lee Marshall is also 7 minutes behind her. And that's the same time gap that the men are separated by at the same point earlier. Right behind Tara Lee is Melissa Spooner. Running past her bag, she enters the tent in third place.
Sorry, you're dead. All right. Okay? Good luck. Yep.
Well, Tara Lee is up, while Melissa, the seasoned pro, moves methodically. With a very fast time in the transition area, Tara Lee now looks like a woman with a mission, and that mission lies 7 minutes in front of her. Juliana Nevergelt is next, and she wastes no time. While Melissa moves out onto the run course, she is 6 minutes behind Tara Lee. Juliana leaves the transition area, now chasing Spooner. Could this run develop the drama of Lake Placid? While up front in the men, Torbjorn Simbal of Denmark, having set a course record on the bike, has put himself in an excellent position now to pull off an upset. I'm not surprised the Dane can afford a smile, because Jamie Cleveland is starting the run 7 minutes behind him, and now he's fallen even further back because of stomach problems. Alec and Olivier have joined up, figuring that it would be smarter for the two of them to work together and run the leaders down. Meanwhile, Andrea Fisher is looking good, with very fluid movement indeed. Her steady gait here belies the pressure she must feel. She has a big lead. Tara Lee, however, is gaining on her, and gaining on her with her toes running style. And after a disappointment in Kona 3 weeks ago, Melissa Spooner is also pushing hard now to move forward. And there is the fourth star woman, Juliana Nevergelt. She's running like a metronome and just keeps on going. Simbal, though, is beginning to have problems, and pain in his side has caused him to slow down to a walk. The big man is showing signs of cracking. Does Jamie Cleveland know? Stomach problems gone. He's moving and closing fast on Torbjorn. Alex and Olivier's strategy is paying off too, because they've cut the lead to under 5 minutes. With Simbal, the pain is increasing and he continues to falter. The Ironman event is again taking its toll.
Keep it up, guys. Keep it up.
And Jamie Cleveland, looking fit, passes Simbal and takes over the lead. But Olivier and Alec are closing in fast. This race isn't over yet.
A successful athlete possesses many attributes, and each week Wendy's International Restaurants and the Salt Lake Tribune recognizes 2 of these successful prep athletes.
Addie Sandel of Cypress High sees every batter as a personal challenge. Jeff Newton of Tooele High is starting to come into his own at the plate. Congratulations to our Wendy's and Salt Lake City Tribune's Athletes of the Week.
I've got to pick up the phone and make the call. I need a car and I need it now. Okay, I've had some credit problems, but I still need a car. I know that Menlove Dodge Toyota has the car I need. I know that at Menlove, 98% of all the people that apply are approved for their car through the Fresh Start program. I know Menlove offers a very low 12.95% interest rate available to everyone. All I have to do is just pick up the phone.
A little bit on the back. Oh, look at that.
Hey, Anna.
Do you like it?
Is it comfortable? Right? Yes.
Yeah, that's his tummy cup.
An exciting climax is now certain in the Isuzu Ironman Florida. Welcome back to Panama City Beach. And this is where Andrea Fisher is starting to show signs too of fatigue. The heat of the day is showing its toll. In second place, New Zealand's Tara Lee Marshall has cut Andrea's lead down by half. She's now less than 3 minutes 15 behind. There's also a shoulder-to-shoulder battle for third place. Melissa Spoon and Juliana Nievergelt are locked together in a head-to-head. 2 Ironman events in 3 weeks does not seem too much for Juliana. Starting the run 10 minutes behind too, the Australian Jan Wanklin is also picking up the pace.
This is a different ball game, this race. It's a flatter bike ride and it's a flatter run. And I think that some of the girls that are in this race, definitely their strength is on hillier courses. So I think that possibly the bike ride's not going to split the women's field up as much as it usually is split up. But you're using the same muscles the whole way through the bike ride, and I think when you get off the bike, you're going to realise just how much your butt's been working. So, you know, it's even though everybody thinks that a flat bike ride's easy, I think it's going to be tougher than most people are going to realise. And you know, it's hard to say how much time, you know, I can make up on a run. This is a different day, a different race. I'll just do what I can do out there.
Well, there's nothing better than experience, and Jan Wanklin's words are proving correct. This is a great finale among the women. Joe Burness seems to be thoroughly enjoying himself amongst the age groupers, running now beneath the midday Florida sun.
Awesome. Get him.
While up ahead, a very focused Jamie Cleveland just concentrates on the business at hand, seemingly unaware of what's happening behind him.
Go, Jamie. Alex, come on.
But you know, Cleveland hasn't won yet. Olivier and Alex Rokoshoyev are still running together, and they've reduced Cleveland's lead to 1 minute and 15 seconds with 7 miles left. Having seen Rokoshoyev and Olivier Bernard after the turn, Cleveland realises he has to pick up the pace, or possibly he'll have to settle for third.
Whether your goal is to be an Ironman or to just be fit, get your gear at ironmanstore.com. At ironmanstore.com, you'll find more than 200,000 training and racing products, all in one convenient place. If you've got a goal, we've got the gear. Log on to ironmanstore.com.
Welcome to the 7-Up Blind Taste Test. Go ahead, try the other one.
This is rancid milk, man.
What is that, dishwater? Yes, it is. Next. Not as refreshing as 7-Up, is it? One left, more right.
You're sick, man.
Fresh squeezed this morning. See? 7-Up tastes better. Ah, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Next.
No supporting actors, no tuxedos, no black ties, no lip syncing, no boy bands.
The ESPN Action Sports and Music Awards, fueled by Mountain Dew, hosted by Rollerball's Rebecca Romaine Stamos, LL Cool J, and Chris Klein. Featuring live performances by Black Sabbath, Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals, Incubus, De La Soul featuring Busta Rhymes and Crazy Town. Plus, appearances by Tony Hawk, Evil Knievel, Tom Green, and the Playboy Extreme Team. The ESPN Action Sports and Music Awards, fueled by Mountain Dew, Tuesday at 9 on ESPN.
Andrea Fisher has dominated this Azusa, Florida Ironman ever since she ran into the Gulf of Mexico. She's now been in front for over 7.5 hours. But can she hold on? She is not running away with the event. The charging Tara Lee Marshall, running smoothly, has narrowed the gap now to less than a minute. One thing, though, it won't be Melissa Spooner's day. Cramps forced her to stop and stretch. But even so, she will continue on running towards the late afternoon sun. In Hawaii, Melissa had problems on the bike, physical ones, that is. Now she's having them here on the run. But she's not a quitter. Meanwhile, 42-year-old Jan Wanklin is still making time on the run. She has passed above others Juliana Nievergelt. Nievergelt here has run a very consistent race, but maybe 2 Ironman events in 3 weeks is just too much. Olivier Bernhard is limping and slowing down. It appears he has a pulled muscle. Olivier and Alek Rukasoyev, when running together,
I think it just pulled the muscle.
Had cut Jamie Cleveland's lead to less than a minute. But it looks now that that was all for naught. Alek Rukasoyev is only just ahead and appears to be still waiting, hoping to keep the duo together.
We gotta get moving. We gotta move.
Back together, the pair attempt to go on, but the pain is still there, and Olivier is faltering. Although Alek encourages Olivier, he's giving up his own chances of also catching Jamie. Olivier is now in desperate trouble.
Stay with him.
He can't do it, and he's waved Alek to go on. Alek Rukasoyev now continues. In waiting for Olivier Bernhard, he's damaged his own chances of the win. Not knowing what has happened behind him, Jamie Cleveland pushes on, taking in as much liquid as he can, and was still looking good.
All right, guy, all right, guy.
Hi, Tim Twardzik, Mrs. T's Pierogies. You folks ever try a pierogi?
What's a pierogi?
Imagine your favorite foods, pasta, potatoes, and cheese, wrapped together in one perfect mouthful.
More! More!
Eat up. They're ready in minutes and low fat, too. There's just one side effect. Mrs. T's Pierogies. We've got happy food down to a T.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Do you have an innie or an outie?
Innie all the way, dude.
I have an innie.
I got one. Okay. This is really nasty, though. Okay. Would you guys rather eat like a maggot-filled pie or go to school completely naked?
Naked. Naked. Hey, you know what would be funny? I don't want if someone like pierced their outie.
So how are we getting home? Good question.
Hop on in, guys.
File this under never. When you need a ride, save big bucks and dial 1-800-CALLATT for collect calls.
The 2000 Isuzu Ironman Florida is brought to you by IronmanLive.com. Andrea Fisher still in the lead, as she has been throughout this event, and it appears, though, not for much longer. Tara Lee Marshall is now right behind. Tara Lee has made up more than 6 minutes on the run and seems to be as fresh as when she began it. She runs along up on her toes. Tara Lee moves into the lead as Andrea concedes to the inevitable. The two had not sighted one another since they went into the Gulf of Mexico. Now, as the finish approaches, there's a new leader for the first time. But Tara Lee may have passed Fisher, but Fisher is not going to concede easily. The streets of downtown Panama City Beach are lined now with well-wishers as Jamie Cleveland heads towards the finish. And after a very frustrating year in New Zealand and in Canada, Jamie Cleveland heads down towards the chute to the cheers of the thousands of spectators. It was a magnificent time too, 8 hours, 37 minutes and 58 seconds.
What a day. I couldn't have asked for it to be any better. I had a couple of rough patches out there, but I stayed patient. I think I was 5 minutes slower than Alec Rukasoyev and Olivier Bernard, who were just having a great day out there. And I didn't worry about them. I just stayed patient, ran the pace that I thought I was capable of doing and maintaining over the day, and it really paid off.
And who knows if Alec Rukasoyev, his great sportsmanship, had cost him the win. Jamie Cleveland wouldn't agree with that. Rukasoyev coming home with a time of 8 hours, 46 minutes and 16 seconds. And people also admiring his great sportsmanship for Bernard. And there to greet him too, his running partner for a long way, Olivier Bernard. With the retirement of Bernard forcing his way into the picture in third place, Kirill Litovchenko. And hoving into view, 55 minutes and 56 seconds behind the leader, is 45-year-old Joe Boness, winning his age group here. And so to the result. Jamie Cleveland got the win with a time of 8:37.58. Rukashoyev was second, Litovchenko third, and Peter Cotland was in fourth. The winning age grouper Joe Boness finishing in 29th. And here she comes after taking the lead at the 15-mile mark and never looking back. Tara Lee Marshall of New Zealand crosses the line in 9 hours, 33 minutes and 49 seconds. This had been a magnificent, well-judged triathlon. She'd waited for the kill till the last possible moment. And the celebrations at the line for Tara Lee, the hero of the day, Andrea Fisher. The leader since she went into the ocean and almost to the finishing line. She now had to be content, though, with second place.
My running's been going well. That is probably my strongest discipline. So I just bided my time, was consistent and just kept it, and I knew I wasn't getting many splits out there, so I didn't really know, and I didn't know from behind, which was really the one when I was really hurting on the last 3 miles.
And carrying the flag of the Lone Star State of Texas, Andrea Fisher finishes second, 4 minutes 35 seconds back. And his boyfriend and training partner, Jamie Cleveland, who places the finisher's medal around her neck. And it's the great Australian vet, Jan Wanklin, who takes third. But the win went from a little way from Australia, from New Zealand, to Tara Lee Marshall in 9:33.49. Fisher was second, Wanklin third, and Jill Savage finished fourth. Finish is an experience for all, an experience of tears of joy, of pain and of relief. Smiles of success and the intoxicating realization that indeed you are an Ironman. While Union and Eva Gelt, she took sixth. 600 didn't make it, including 82-years-old Norton Davey, but this great man made the finish at 1:30 in the morning. He's an Ironman too. Hilary Ann Peterson, she triumphed over her illness and today is a true Ironman, finishing 39th in less than 15 hours.